So it was New Year's Eve last night. Went to town with my megaphone and went to Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square. Great atmosphere. The Hare Krishnas had like a full band out there, sort of thing. They were great. They were really having a great time, having lots of good banter with them. And then I went to Leicester Square, sort of hang out where they have these kind of police watchtowers, which are a little bit ominous, but not that bad. And lots of police officers there. Everything was fine, and I was not interfered with pretty much at all by the police, except for one incident, which I'm about to show you. And I'd like to thank all the police officers for their general civil attitude. And I do appreciate that, certainly compared to most countries, we are very lucky to have such a civilised police force. And I know that that doesn't apply to all of them always, but certainly some of the time. And that's what I experienced yesterday. And even this guy I'm about to show you, I believe he had my best interests at heart. I believe he was genuinely concerned about what I was doing. I think really a problem started when I started questioning what he was saying. Just to put it into context, I was standing doing my thing, saying lots of different things, but what bothered him was I was saying something like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Her Majesty the Queen wishes you all a Happy New Year, but also wishes to remind you that you are a bunch of peasants." And I've been saying that line for over a year here and there, and nobody has ever taken objection to it. But this particular officer did. I did tell him that I'm a filmmaker and that I make films about all sorts of things, including the police, for YouTube, and he seemed absolutely fine with that. He even waited whilst I got the camera ready. So here's a record of what happened, and wish you a happy new day.
Firstly, I don't know what your name is, but it would be nice to know just your first name.
It's David.
Oh, okay. Dan.
And the reason I've come over is because if you start calling people peasants in the street,
Yeah.
you could get yourself into problems, alright? There's lots of people here, they've had lots to drink,
Yeah.
and I've come over to calm you down.
Okay, fine. I appreciate what you're saying. What I'm understanding is that the purpose of you coming here is for my protection.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So, and I really do appreciate that, yeah? I think it's a very big difference. I think I can take responsibility for my own safety, right? I believe I have the ability to take responsibility, okay? What I do is comedy, yeah? Comedy is always going to have an edge, okay?
But if I think it's going to cause a breach of the peace, I can then tell you to stop, can't I?
What is a breach of the peace? Do you know what the definition of a breach of the peace is? What is it?
Well, you tell me what you think it is.
Well, what do you think it is?
Right, so I'm not going through an interview with you.
Well, hold on a second. If you're going to actually get me for a breach of the peace, you need to know the definition,
I'm
don't you?
warning you about a breach of the peace. A breach of the peace is anything that can be likely to cause any breach of the peace. If I think that you are going to cause
a breach of the peace is something that's likely to cause a breach of the peace.
Any breach of the peace is anything that actually breaches the Queen's peace. Okay? Which could be, if somebody wants to have a go at you for what you're saying, that causes a breach of the peace. I need to remove the catalyst for that breach of the peace, which would be yourself.
Right, but the problem with what you're saying is that I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I speak about all sorts of different things, and I've used the peasant thing for years, yeah? In the context of what I was saying, it's comedy. No one has ever, in that particular... on occasion, people might tell me to shut up or whatever, especially when there's a lot of drunk people. No one's ever made a fuss about me making jokes about being peasant. That's something that's personal to you, right? Well, I believe it is, okay? We can disagree about it.
We can disagree, yes.
Breach of the peace has got very, very clear definition. I have it on my phone, but it's not just anybody that does anything that somebody might not like. That's an abuse of that law. Okay?
No, it's not an abuse, but I fear that you are going to cause a breach of the peace. Not the fact that you do, but I can fear that you're going to cause a breach of the peace. And by calling people peasants in the street when they've had a lot to drink, that is likely to cause a breach of the peace.
Right.
That is what I'm saying.
Okay, but you're not prepared to tell me what a breach of the peace actually is.
I told you that would, and I believe that it would cause a breach of the peace. That's all you need to know. I'm telling you to stop. Okay?
Right. And you don't need to give me the definition of a breach of the peace. Right. So you don't need to give me the definition of something you're trying to control me.
You've been told, okay, if you wish to carry on, you may get yourself arrested to prevent a breach of the peace. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
Well, then you should do.
Why should I understand? I'm in the middle of
Because I've
talking to you
just
about
told
it.
you,
I've
okay?
asked you what a breach of the peace is,
I
and you
have
haven't
just told
defined
you,
it.
sir,
You
if
haven't
you carry
defined
on calling people peasants in the streets, you're likely to get arrested to prevent a breach of the peace. Because I believe that it will cause a breach of the peace. A breach of the peace is somebody coming over to you, grabbing hold of you, and hitting you because they don't like what you said. That would be a breach of peace. You agree with that?
I don't think it falls in the definition.
Oh,
I'd like to know what the
you'll find
definition is. I
Right,
want to
sir.
know what the actual definition of breach of the peace is.
A breach of peace.
Why can't I ask you that?
You can ask me that.
Right,
And
what
I
is
have
it?
told you that's what I think. I'm not saying you have committed a breach of peace.
Yeah.
I'm saying what your actions are likely to cause a breach of peace.
Right.
End of story.
How likely does it have to be?
Honestly, it's not going in.
No,
is it,
seriously,
sir?
no, it's not going in. It's not.
It has to be within my belief that it will cause a breach of peace.
Like more than 50%.
No, it has
Very
to be
likely.
within my belief, alright? You're now being pedantic, okay? You need to just calm yourself down, alright?
Am I not
And watch
calm?
what you're saying.
Am I not
I'm asking you to watch what you are saying. You can lose the peasants, you can lose people telling them they've got nowhere to go, and the bits and pieces that you're on about, because it's likely to annoy people. Okay? If they get suitably annoyed, it's likely to cause a breach of peace.
So now you're saying, let me just get this right, yeah? In your opinion, you believe if I speak about peasants or if I speak about nowhere to go, you fear that's going to cause, people are going to hurt me, even though I've been doing this for 5 years.
I don't care how long
Nobody
you've been
has
doing it,
ever.
sir. Alright? I don't care how long you've been doing it.
Right. And can I not take responsibility for that myself?
No.
It's as if you're trying to take care of me, like
Yes,
you're
absolutely.
my mum.
And also,
Seriously.
right, seriously, you need to grow up, okay? And I shall leave it.
Okay, there we go.
Apparently Danny needs to grow up. Why don't you just grow up? Dan?
It's hard growing up. Growing up's hard.
Hello, Mum.
And he's probably right. I don't know if I need to grow up, but I think it would be great to be able to grow up. Yeah.
Do you feel it's about time now that you should grow up, or have you reached a stage where you think that you feel this thing is necessary to grow up?
Oh, he's allowed to see that. Brilliant.